This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated. Jihadist Psychopath by Dr. Jamie Glazov. I will tell you as an expert on Sharia, as a former child bride who has suffered and faced my own jihadi psychopath, I want you to go and order this book on Amazon.com or go to jamieglazov.com. Get a copy for yourself. You know why? Because you need to be equipped with the knowledge to fight our enemy so you can save your daughters and your granddaughters from future of Islam.
Good evening. Welcome to the Jamie Glazov Moment. Tonight, giving Jews the wrong meds when torturing Zionist patients is my pleasure. My friends, there's an individual by the name of Nesreen Zaid that describes herself on social media as a dentist in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. Now, she has boasted on social media about torturing her Zionist patients with my pleasure. Look up this story at Jihad Watch. Just Google Robert Spencer Jihad Watch, and the title is Ohio Muslim Dentist Jokes About Torturing Her Zionist Patients with My Pleasure. Here's the interesting question. Is this really a joke? Where is she practicing as a dentist? Have authorities looked into this? It's very interesting, telling, and curious what is followed and investigated by our establishment media and what isn't followed or investigated in our establishment media. But of course, maybe people wouldn't want to pursue this. Perhaps our establishment media wouldn't really want to pursue this because it might be Islamophobic to ask too many questions about this. But here's the questions that wouldn't be allowed. Imagine a scenario where a Muslim dentist applies to work at some, dental clinic or wherever it is, and the head employers are asking this applicant who wants to be dentist what thoughts they have about treating Jewish or pro-Israeli patients. Robert Spencer asked this very important question at Jihad Watch. Now, of course, that would not be allowed because that would be Islamophobic to ask those kinds of questions of a person that's applying to be a dentist and that is a Muslim. Okay, fair enough, but in terms of this scenario, in terms of Nesreen Zaid, what questions are allowed to be asked? Because nothing is done on this area. And these are very important questions that we have to raise. Now, imagine a Jewish or a Christian dentist. Now, they would never do this because the theology is not there in the texts. But just imagine if it did happen. If a Jewish or Christian dentist was boasting of torturing Muslim patients on social media. Let me guess. I think that CNN and MSNBC would have very long features on it. And you know what? The person that would be boasting of this, if they did turn out to be a dentist, they would not only be fired, but they'd probably be in jail. And I'm not saying that necessarily there shouldn't be a punishment. Just pointing out the double standards here in terms of what is investigated and what isn't investigated. Now, Nesreen Zaid, is she alone? It doesn't appear to be so. Another example, a young medical resident of Palestinian descent, Lara Kolb, was fired recently from the Cleveland Clinic because of her threat to do harm to Jews. She routinely referred to Jews as quote-unquote dogs on social media, trivialized the Holocaust, and tweeted that she would personally give all the Yahud the wrong meds, end of quote. Later, we know she was also let go from the Kern Medical School in Bakersfield in California. Now, Robert Spencer, again, following this story, asks the right question. Does Lara Kolb still have a license to practice medicine? And so we got to follow up with that. Does Nesreen Zaid have a license to practice dentistry? Again, look all this up. I don't have all the time in the world on this video to discuss all the details, but Robert Spencer has also covered the story on this quote-unquote medical student or this individual trying to become a doctor. and Robert Spencer covers this in California medical center withdraws offer to Muslim resident who tweeted she would give Jews the wrong meds. So Jihad Watch, Robert Spencer doing excellent work on this. Two examples of something very, very scary. I have some more questions. Does any of this have anything to do with the Quran's teachings? That Allah, for instance, transformed Jews into apes and pigs? Just look in the Quran, Surah 2, verse 63 to 65, Surah 5, verses 59 to 60, Surah 7, verse 166. That's why Jews are referred to apes and pigs repeatedly, constantly throughout the Islamic world. Does this have anything to do with Islamic theology teaching that Muslims should kill Jews? For instance, the genocidal hadith, Sahih Muslim 6985, shows the command for Muslims to kill Jews that comes directly from the Prophet Muhammad himself, who was quoted in that hadith as saying, quote, "The hour will not be established until the fight with the Jews, and the stone behind which a Jew will be hiding will say, quote, 'O Muslim, there is a Jew hiding behind me, so kill him.'" Now that hadith is glorified and always referenced throughout the Muslim world in terms of the anti-Semitic and Jew-hating context that exists in jihad and on so many realms of the Islamic world. Could this be why Nasreen Zaid and Lara Kolb want to cause pain to Jews when they perform in their dentistry and medical fields? I don't know. Maybe I do know. But should there be maybe some media attention on this? Should I hold my breath waiting for Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon and Rachel Maddow to discuss this on their programs? You know, maybe invite guests such as Bridget Gabriel and Nani Darwish, Robert Spencer, Pamela Geller, John Guandolo, and Steve Emerson to maybe discuss the theology in the Islamic world and what the teachings are and how this might be connected to what's going on here. Will we see this on CNN and MSNBC, or would that be very racist? And would it be a distraction from the very important topic of Russian collusion? We'll see you on the next Jamie Glazov moment. Good night.